Hi guys, welcome back to the Lost Generation podcast. We won't tell you this is our second time re-recording this.
Yeah,
Wow.
a long ass road.
Struggling there.
Like in the morning. Like Lost Gen is
it's
spanning
8.
from night to day.
And then,
God damn.
It is currently Friday morning, and we're supposed to put this up in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yay!
Ving is about to go to work as well. So this one is like Mission Impossible shit.
we'll
You
go
know? We're gonna try to like create content in an hour.
in an hour, yeah.
God damn.
But yeah, basically today we're going to talk about pretty privilege.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
Mr. Wikipedia, can you enlighten us with the definition?
Yeah.
It's the fourth time you tell me.
Like,
So,
I'm kind of getting tired of it. It's not even funny anymore.
So, yeah, we live in a society that drives us to work really hard
Yeah.
on our looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, makeup tutorials,
Mm.
workout routines,
Yeah.
special diets,
Yeah.
just to make us look better,
Mm.
better appearance.
And to be fair, it's not a bad thing.
Mm,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And what is it about being privileged that so many people wants to be? So, pretty privileged is someone who gets opportunities and becomes more successful in life because of how attractive they are.
Mm.
So it depends on their looks and maybe their performance.
Yeah.
They will get more favored
Mm.
opportunities what in every situation. Do you agree or? Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, you being a joker, but now I'm just kind of getting tired of it.
And a society.
Yeah, in a society, kind of like sounds like a joker to me.
Yeah.
But now I just don't care.
So fifth
It's
time.
Before we get into the discussion, I just want to begin by pointing out that by what we mean by attractive, it's not some platonic prescription of what beauty should be, but instead a measure of what most people consider attractive. So pretty privilege to me equals beauty standards of
Okay.
each and every countries. And because we are talking about Vietnam, I think let's just gonna describe some of the features that make up of the attractiveness of boys and girls in Vietnam,
Vietnam,
okay?
yeah.
Like just start off with that.
Yeah.
I think for girls, one feature that I notice quite a lot is that they tend to have big eyes, double eyelids,
Double
kind of thing.
eyelids, yeah.
If you have like one eyelid, you are the problem. Like, some of them consider that. No,
You got problem, girl.
it's not me. Some of them. Okay. I'm just.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not hearing this from Mark. It's from someone else.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Damn.
Okay, it's a joke. I find every woman attractive. Okay. Not really, okay.
Oh,
No, just
disgracing some of them girls out there, right?
I'm kidding. I love you all. Small features like petite, maybe like they
Okay.
are quite
Cute,
short, cutie
cute,
kind
yeah.
of thing. Slim, they gotta be slim
Yeah.
nowadays.
Some might be too slim though. Right?
Some might be too slim.
looks unhealthy.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
copied that from last time? That's my line, bro.
Just putting that in, man.
Okay, cool. No pressure
But you
though.
forgot.
Yeah. Fair skin and tall nose. You know, it's
Tall
lit-
nose, definitely.
Yeah. and and fair skin as well. I think fair skin is a big fucking deal for a lot of girls. I don't know why I love tan, but whatever, right? For boys, gotta be tall.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know,
the first
at least
thing
like
on the
1 meter
1
and
meter.
76 or something.
list. Oh,
I'm
just
like
because
almost qualified. I'm like, I'm 1 meter and 76, I think.
Yeah,
But,
I'm 175.
you don't have to do that. You don't have to do
175, yeah. Basketball player.
basketball player
have to
kind of
be-
thing, masculine. You know, the typical
Athlete.
masculinity of like Vietnam. You know, like that kind of thing. But like to me, I felt like the measure of attractiveness is more for the girls than the boys. Like the boys
it's way
is like
more general. for
yeah.
boys.
But somehow for the girl, it's literally like every fucking feature has to be like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in order
Small
for you to
things.
fit into the certain modes. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
And those so-called standards that you just list down.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much none of them.
Oh shit!
You're not trying to.
So just like staying quiet.
Here comes Ling's story.
I think I kind of know from a very young age that I am not pretty. There is always someone prettier, and you know, the word that the adults use to describe me is not pretty.
Really?
They would say like smart or active or
Yeah.
something like that.
Good personality.
Anything besides.
Yeah, good,
Good
personality.
personality,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything but pretty. Or
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
would say I'm petite because I'm small. But
Yeah.
then,
Oh, okay.
then that would stop at that.
Yeah, when they describe you as petite, it's literally like they running out of things to compliment you.
Yeah, to compliment.
You get what I mean? It's like you look.
Look,
Yeah.
you have hair.
Oh, your glasses is new. No. Yeah, hang on. Okay, cool.
But yeah, I think the first experience with pretty privilege, well, me not being the pretty one, was way back in kindergarten.
Right.
We kind of have two Khánh Lings in the class.
Yeah.
There's
Aye.
a Khánh Linh A and Khánh Linh B. And I'm obviously the B.
The second one, the second
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm the second choice because
Yeah.
I'm not that pretty.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
basically, Khánh Linh A is very pretty
Yeah.
and nice, and basically Ace is everything that she does.
Well,
So she's the star, and now I'm the potato, the
Okay.
B.
yeah. And the thing, like, she is also quite good in class as well, I presume.
yeah, definitely. But then her
That's-
looks kind of help her.
Yeah,
A lot,
in a
right?
way, in a
Yeah,
way.
she just kind of stand out. She has that charisma. I
yeah.
guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But then going forward in life, I guess I kind of think I'm the Duff, the designated ugly fat friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my friends are
That's a
gonna
bit
hate
too
me
harsh.
for this because they would be like,
Okay.
"Why would you think of yourself like that?" But
Mm.
I kind of do feel like that
Okay.
Yeah.
because guys would usually come to me and be like, "Hey, you have
Yeah.
nice friends."
Like someone on your left, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, on
on
your
my
left.
left right now.
Wow, what you talking about? It's
No,
just,
because whenever I mention one of my pretty friends, you're like, "Oh yeah, I follow her on Instagram."
Yeah, he asked me as well.
what the hell, bro?
It's like 2 years not talking to
Are
this
you guys
guy.
exposing me here? Like exposing
yeah,
me
man.
on podcast?
Hell
Like,
yeah, man. You're my
just
competitor
some,
after all.
friendly followers, man. That's
Anyway,
alright.
yeah, I haven't talked to Bling for like 2 years, and literally the first thing he said, "Oh, who's that? Who's that, bro?"
Because you were posting like Insta story of a bitty girl, I'm just like,
Oh shit, that's just my friend, bro.
yeah, that's right. Like,
Who's that?
how is she? Like, who cares?
Yeah,
about your
and then I
feelings?
replied with like, "Oh, I'm fine, bitch. Thanks. I'm good, by the way, bitch." No, that's quite fucked up, to be honest. To be fair, I think, and this one you guys can just argue with me, but I think pretty privilege affects girls more so than boys because to me, when I was in high school, I didn't. I think like maybe I saw it, but I didn't really have to really think hard about it. To be honest, like for guys, somehow like we get to not experience it. You know, I think it comes back to like how society kind of shape attractive and how does it makes it equals to like femininity in a way. So that's why girls have to take care of their looks, girls have to do this and to do that, and then they have this sense of like competing with themselves. That somehow is like for guys like us, we don't have to experience that, which is I think another kind of privilege.
Yeah, that sense of competing though. I mean,
Yeah.
when you think back to like just normal fairy tales or folklore, you know how the evil queen hates the princess because she's prettier.
It's
Yeah.
all
It's
about
like
the
we learned that
girl.
way back when we was a child,
Wow,
and that's
yeah.
quite fucked.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
no, that's really true. Like what do you look firstly in a billboard? It's a woman. It's
pretty
literally
girl, yeah.
how our society works. Is that like we celebrate femininity by the beauty standards that was made of, and that's why even when we were young, we are being taught a girl has to look pretty and clean. It's going to shape the perceptions of that girl.
I think it's kind of weird that pretty people are perceived as smarter, healthier, and even more competent, which I think it's totally unrelated. You know, just based on your facial features and you're told to be smart. Like, what?
That's fucked up. You know, but like guys, I mean, I don't know, dude. Have you ever felt that?
I have never witnessed one before.
Yeah.
Just only for girls, though.
Mm.
Maybe because I'm just ugly.
Oh shit.
Because you're good looking.
Welcome
you
on
thought that,
board.
Here we go again. We're like
So,
insecurity
guys-
hour of David Bing. It's like
well, yeah, I've never witnessed something before like that.
okay. So throughout high school, I didn't really feel like it's such a thing. Up until when I got my confidence, I started to realize that maybe I got a little bit of like pretty privilege, for
Okay.
sure. Because like I remember, I was trying to hit on a girl. She was quite pretty, so
Quite
she
pretty,
she
okay.
she has standards. You get what I mean? I'm trying to get to like she has standards.
Yeah.
But like I remember went to a bar with her and I just randomly said that I list down a lot of things, including porn stars' name, in order for me to jerk off. And she laughed at it.
In alphabetical order.
It's alphabetical order and like nationality and shit. Romanian. Like some gypsy in there.
And she laughed.
And she laughed and she liked it. Yeah, we eventually got together. So in a way it actually worked. But
Wow.
yeah, like remembering back for this topic, and I realized that if I was not just half attractive at that
Okay.
time, I'm probably gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get a strike, like restraining order
You get
shit.
slapped, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get slapped in
Yeah.
the face.
Yeah, like stalking shit.
Talking
you know?
about porn what? On
Yeah.
the first date?
Oh, dating lessons from Bing.
There's some like police documentary material, you know? Like some serial
But
killer shit.
damn.
But like she liked it. So to me, I felt like for sure that some guys have it. But girls though, dude, girls suffer from it quite a lot, and
Yeah,
girls
yeah.
have pretty privilege quite a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like the roles in itself that was established between men and women here in Vietnam kind of clarify that women have more. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking em bé. Come on, I talk about
We're
this for like
bringing Abby into
10
this
times
again.
now.
The song about from Amy?
From Amy and Carrick, you know, it literally kind of clarify that there are roles for girlfriends to act. Now, I'm not saying like you all have to act like that, but it's like a subconscious
Designated
thing
one. Yeah.
that has been designated for sure. You know, like girls have to be taken care by a boy, you know, that kind of thing, and that's why girls have a lot of hall pass. So in a way, you know, if girl is pretty, she is going to get a lot of pretty privilege.
Yeah.
However, I'm just going to say that if you have that hall pass, like the privilege, it can make you feel more confident, and they can even further improve their
Definitely.
attractiveness.
Yeah.
Like what you say with the beauty vlogs and shit like that, like they can build an income by that. However, for people who have never experienced a pretty privilege before, I'm looking at
Oh,
you.
yeah. He's looking straight
Looking
at me.
directly at Ling, bro.
into my ugly soul.
With a sympathetic eyes.
That's what etiquette.
Yeah, if they have never experienced it, most of them cannot build confidence, and they can feel even more insecure, and in a way, like the perception of people towards them are going to be just as bad as before. You know, like that girl, she doesn't have any
She
confidence.
looks messy. Like,
Yeah.
and then
Try.
Yeah.
And,
That's
she
a
looks
good.
messy, and then
That's a
she'll
good
be-
remark. Yeah, because you don't have any confidence, so you say, "What's the point?" But like when you do that, people are just like, "Oh man, she just doesn't take care of herself." Bitch, I take care of herself. Bitch, I took care of myself, but you
Right.
didn't care.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
Yeah, I think being pretty is an unknown privilege. Like, I think we don't want to admit it.
It's not
an
unknown.
privilege.
It's hidden.
Yeah,
It's a hidden.
privilege.
People know about it.
But they don't want to admit it's a
Yeah.
privilege.
something
though.
subconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
subconscious.
Shut up.
So I'm putting some terms in here, bro.
Yeah, it's not,
Psychology terms.
it's not really relevant, bro. It's not really. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I think pretty privilege can give way to more popularity, higher grades, more positive work reviews. I personally experienced that. And
In the workplace,
career
yeah.
advancement.
Yeah.
I occasionally, very rarely, lash out at someone. They would be like, "Why are you being so mean? Why would you do that to someone else?" And if some pretty girl does it, then they would be like, "What did you do to make her so mad? Like, she's trying her best. She's being responsible. Whereas for me, I'm getting all the criticism for being angry.
Yeah.
And that's just really unfair.
Yeah, when you're pretty, everything you say is like constructive and nice.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
when you just have like this kind of feature that makes you kind of aggressive, people would assume like you are being serious.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, like I get that.
yeah.
And like especially for girls, if you just be a little bit of like demanding, people will say, "Oh, she's such a bitch." You know, if you
Yeah.
like a manager type of thing. But like for boys in general, it's like, "Oh, he's like consistent. You know, he's a good leader.
He's a man in the house.
And he literally beat you up, and then he's a good leader." But like, you get what I mean, right? Yeah. Going back to the dynamic as well, it's like who is treating these pretty girls better? It's like the guys, you know.
Even I myself
So like,
do that, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, like they are trying to kind of like flirty with the girls, and that's why like this. The thing about me, like I don't want to blame the pretty girls. Like they have all of the faults.
yeah.
It's like it's also because of the other third party factors as well. It's that some guy just want to hit on a girl, and that's why. Yeah, I'm
He's
looking
looking
at
straight in the face.
He's looking at my
yeah,
forehead.
and then like he gives this kind of thing to her, you know, the hall passes she get, and it's just going to create jealousy. I don't know,
Yeah,
create
yeah.
insecurity for other women as well, and that's why I hate about the fact that women have to compete with each other because
Yeah.
some guys, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I do relate to Mark in terms of when I
shit.
get more confident.
No, yeah.
I kind of become more attractive, I guess.
Yeah.
And I kind of experience pretty privilege.
Lately?
Yeah, lately.
Okay.
Do you have to like clarify that?
Yeah. No,
Just asking to
it's
make
like
it
a few
sure.
years ago because I became pretty few years ago.
If you say that, Bing will not believe you. Really?
What do you mean?
Few years, really?
I'm just
Have you looked
kidding.
at
Just
yourself in the
kidding. Just
mirror?
kidding.
I couldn't see you. Well, obviously.
I was shopping at a secondhand clothing store,
Right, yeah.
and the shirt is too big, so I left it there for some tailoring. And
Okay.
when I came back to pick it up, and the owner was just like, "Oh no, it's free. We don't charge
Yeah.
extra
It's
fee.
free.
It's free."
Mm.
Yeah, they
Oh,
don't charge
okay.
extra tailoring fee.
Mm.
And Mark is being quite salty right now.
Are you, Mark?
I am.
Yeah, because
like
he
I have
did the
to-
same thing.
You got charged $50,000?
30,000, but I still
30.
fucking mad.
Damn, look at this.
That's my lunch money. Now I have to go and I fucking cut my shirt. I hate that shit.
Who's the attractive
No,
one
I was
now?
quite surprised. Like they didn't say anything to me.
Man.
If they say like, "Oh no, man, it's like it's a woman's night," kind of thing, I'll be like totally okay. Like,
Woman's
what's up with the sudden discrimination shit? You know, like 30,000, fuck off.
Where's gender equality here?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm about to strike down this whole facility. I think like we are like the odd case where we finally found our confidence by ourselves
Yeah,
without
yeah.
the influence of like, oh, you know what? Like you can be better if you wear something like this. So I'm not trying to say that you should find your confidence first. Sometimes it's really hard to do it. But yeah, I totally agree that if you have confidence, a little bit more believing in yourself, people kind of start to see some charismatic things about you, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I used to be the guy who it's not even like no one noticed, but like in the shadow, because I like being alone, but as well, like no one really relates to me that much. But when I started to kind of
Gain more confidence.
I started to become more outgoing, like I started to gain more confidence, I started to talk to girls more relaxed than I used to be, I still quite awkward sometimes, but like in a way it became like a charm,
trait. Yeah.
like a
charm.
trait in a way, and I kind of
That's
take that
cute.
into like a full advantage.
cute.
That's cute.
Aw, yo,
A
no
charm.
homo.
Oh, no homo, no, but
Like sounds condescending. Oh, that's cute.
sounds salty. Yeah.
Oh shit. How about you, bro? You seems to be really famous with girls.
Famous with girls,
Dude, literally,
Are you saying that I'm a womanizer here? All the way?
you Casablanca. No, literally 8 out of 10 girls in our university, when I say David Ving, they would be like, oh yeah,
Oh,
I know.
That ugly guy.
Oh.
That ugly guy, but he got like nice personality.
You need to stop with the insecurity, bro. God
But
damn.
yeah, I get along.
No,
with-
you got a lot of other qualities as well, bro.
Yeah, your personality is really
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, you got eyes and nose. You look. Yeah, you have things. You have things.
You're pretty inside.
Really inside. Yeah. I get that a lot, all the times from the girls. man.
Anyway, going back to pretty privilege.
Yeah. Do you think that pretty people get away with things easier?
I mean, for sure. You know, like a trait of human is that we often compare things to each other, whether it's an object, a valuable things that we have, or let's just say like our looks.
Yeah.
So we cannot deny that it's not going to change. You know, it's going to just persist. And it's a main part in the drive of our society in a way. So that's why I do believe that you get away with things more easily if your face is attractive and
Yeah.
fucking reliable in the quotation mark.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
what is a reliable face in Vietnam? It's like you need to have double eyelids.
Yeah, big eyes.
If you have one eyelid, somehow some people will say you are sleazy and sly.
Yeah,
Now this
yeah,
one is
yeah.
not from me, but I have heard a lot of stories
that
from
is
other
so
girls,
weird, though.
and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because the story that I'm going to tell you guys after this, it's like from a childhood memory, and it's going to be
Oof.
fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I think like people get away with like a reliable and pretty face. Sure,
Yeah.
males and females.
Yeah,
Why not?
I think it's fine if it's just, mundane daily life things. But when it comes to the
Crime.
law system,
Yeah.
do you want to tell a story, Ving?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
About my story then. I know a girl. She's kind of like a model. I know her. Not like I'm
Ving knows
into her or
every
anything.
Instagram
This
model.
this
But
Casablanca.
no, she's not an Instagram model. One day she got caught by the police. So
Yeah.
the way that she get out of it is that she just looks pretty.
Yeah.
Like the police officer just approached her, like
Yeah.
caught her and then said, "Where's your license?" And by the way, you look kind of pretty. Can you give me your phone number? And
Yeah.
what are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And then she won't have to pay for anything.
Yeah.
He just like give her the fake number and then
Yeah.
see you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get along
That's
like that.
actually a very good and simple example on why do I think that pretty privilege exists more on the girls' world than the boys' world. Now, hear me out. I don't get caught easily, but sometimes I do.
Okay.
However, there is no such thing as like as a situation like that. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm not talking to you. You
Where's
go.
your license?
Yeah, where's your license? You don't have it? Okay. So you go and talk to my supervisor over here. Thank you. It's like a
I
fucking
think that's
robot.
just, double standards.
No, it is. It's like how man and women dynamic as well, but it's still pretty privilege.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a pretty privilege. It's like a part of like the.
Flex.
It's like a smaller thing in the grand scheme of other things, you know. So I'm just saying, like, it's actually quite a simple and yet effective way to say pretty privilege exists more for a woman. I mean, for my friend, for example, she got caught as well, and she told me the story like a fucking comedy. For me, it's like a horror nightmare. It's like I dressed up, everything going on, you know, like preparing for
nice,
dinner, and now I waste 2 hours talking to my mom and then explaining why does she
You're
have to
late.
come and then pick me up. It's like it's dumbass, you know, but somehow for the girl, it's like a comedy fucking film.
Yeah,
It can be a romantic as well. It's like no, Thuong also got that problem.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Like that guy just like being playful. But for me and for Ving, probably like, no, dude, shut up. You look unreliable to me. I'm like, wait,
You
what?
look sketchy.
Yeah. You just smoke weed or something? Yeah. Kids this day, like, you smoke weed. But like, if the girls have like fucking a kilo of like meth, pretty fucking sure like they're gonna smoke together, you know? Like, it ain't even a problem. For guys, it's like, fuck you, man.
On a more serious note,
Yeah.
there's a documentary that I saw on Netflix named 100 Humans. And they have this experiment where they would have all 100 people try to be the jury, play jury for a day. And basically there are two prisoners, one pretty and one not as pretty. They have this. They commit the same crime, but then the prettier prison gets lighter sentence, like way lighter sentence.
Wow.
For example,
Interesting.
one person left their newborn child in the house
Yeah.
for them to starve,
Yeah.
and then the not as pretty one gets like 10 years or even the lifetime in prison,
Yeah.
whilst the prettier one get what 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And they would give the reason that she's still
Damn.
young, she
Yeah,
still
it's
has
fucked
a
up.
life in front of her.
Yeah, it's fucked up. There are a
Yes.
lot of cases like that, or like single moms who killed her husband, but like because she looks quite attractive, so she
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
got away with that because like she's like single mom.
The first person I can think of is Amber Heard.
Amber
that bitch
Heard,
gets
yeah.
away with a lot
I
of
think
things.
one no, that's pretty true, and it's still ongoing, bro.
Yeah.
Another case like Jordy something, I forgot, Jordy Arias, I don't know, but like that case is also like a sensation in America because a lot of people believe that she got away really easy, even though she killed her husband in a very brutal way, because she's like a single mom, vulnerable thing. So if we're gonna talk about features, like pure features, if you have this kind of like aggressive, if your nose like, not
Crude.
crude,
Yeah.
sorry, but like if that is a bit crude, a lot of people would say like you are going to be aggressive and violent,
Yeah.
both men and women for sure, but women though. So that's why when you see films, attractive girls are often the fucking protagonists. Fucking Fast and Furious shit. If you look at a
Exactly.
buff and shit, you are either a fucking henchman. No, it's fucking true, right? Like the Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
Ronda Rousey in Fast and Furious, she was like a fucking henchman, And even in Vietnam, there are a lot of roles where the female is like this kind of like chợ kind of thing, and she has to have every features that does not go with the beauty standards.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Damn.
And that's why it's so ingrained in our society on what perceive you as a good and a bad guy, in terms of how your nose and your eyes look. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And it even persists when you were a child. And just like I have said before, being pretty is a societal role for women, technically, because you have to fit into a mold.
Yeah.
You have to compare yourself to others, and people compare you to others as well.
Because you were taught that so early on.
Exactly. And
so
sometimes you gotta do it even to the closest one,
Really?
in family,
Okay.
siblings, and such like that. Because, to me, family is the shelter when you have been, I don't know, harmed by the world, and you come back and you find some
Yeah.
comfort in it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
somehow, like this kind of thing, even though it's hidden and sometimes seems like unimportant.
Yeah, because family is supposed to be like unconditional love.
Yeah.
If you have to be pretty to be loved, then
Yeah.
that's...
But somehow, like, it became like, a battlefield as well. So I heard this story from a friend of mine. It's really fucked up, to be honest, because at the time I didn't really know what to say. But by the way, so there was a neighbor of my friend, and she was like 8, 9, whatever. She was really young, and then she overheard that this woman was making comparison between her and her sibling,
Okay.
meaning that my friend had single eyelids. So in a way, she presumed that my friend would be really sleazy and sly, kind of slutty as well. And I was like, what the fuck?
Bitch. The fuck?
Yeah, compared to the sister, to her sister,
wow.
and I was like, dude, it's a kid. Give
Yeah.
give her a break, bro. Like, why the fuck do this have to be applied to a kid so early on?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the way it is, and that's why I just say like a lot of things that society do that ingrains into it is fucked up when you actually just take a second look to it, and somehow a lot of people just feel like, oh man, like, okay, so that's, I mean, people say that, so I'm like, I'm fine. No, you should not be fine.
Yeah.
The thing about me, like, Okay, I think I have sometimes pretty privilege. I get that. But I'm not going to use it to make fun of people or to say that you are not beautiful. You know, I think to me, beautiful depends on you. And I like the term like you are special more so than you are beautiful because
Yeah.
special is actually cooler. You got something going on that's distinctive, you know? I like rock. Ving like whatever Ving likes. But it's like
Forget about that guy. Like
whatever. This Joker.
He's ugly. Like,
He's like Joker.
Joker.
But yeah, that's
No, but-
kind of the thing though. Sometimes I want to be pretty. I don't want to be special because I heard that a lot. You know, I
Okay.
have to be.
Okay.
I kind of have to try to be more charismatic or funnier
yeah,
in order
yeah.
for people to notice me
Yeah.
and like stand out, or
Yeah.
else I would just kind of be the background.
Yeah.
They're silently walking with my pretty friends. So yeah, sometimes I do want to be pretty, not special.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be
But I
unique.
do have to agree, like when you have your confidence, I find you more attractive, to be honest. No, I'm speaking like personally. You know, when I see like you are wearing dress and shit like that, and you experimenting with style, and I think that is a distinctive thing about you that I can say. And somehow I feel like, damn, you look good. I have heard about your story that you have to try to be quirky and you have to try to be relevant in
Not
order for
that I
people to
don't
take notice of
enjoy
it.
being quirky, but you
Yeah.
know, sometimes
Sometimes you just feel tired.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, for me, even if I have pretty privilege, I have it half-assly because sometimes my personality kind of clash with how I look. You know, people think like I don't know. Like sometimes my personality is really hard to grasp, and because of what
That's
I
an
have had.
understatement.
Wow. Some
No, I shouldn't
accusational
say
shit.
that though.
It's some accusational shit. I felt like you don't have to please everybody, but rather just like a group of friends that actually understand you. You know, if you have a group of friends that have all of this pretty privilege and they just don't really care, I guess, but like not telling that out loud that I know why do you like that, then maybe you can address to them that I actually feel like this, because I do believe that they know, they just don't
Of
talk
course
about
they
it.
know. Yeah.
But like we talk about this and we are fine with that, so that's why I don't know, I don't care about looks.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing about me, like, it has always been my core values that I don't care about looks. If you're attractive, you have big fucking booties, I'm fine.
Wow.
That's just
Of course you're
straightforward.
fine.
It's alright, just big booties.
Yeah,
But yeah,
just like huge trunk. That's
Got that cake every day.
yeah. Got it from my mama.
But yeah, beauty is subjective. Actually, I talked about this with one of my girlfriends.
Yeah.
Actually, she struck up this conversation though.
Hell yeah.
She said that, don't you think that it's easier for pretty people to like stand out, and just average looking people have to try harder to impress other
Yeah.
people? I'm like, hell yeah, that's the story of my life.
No, that's
That's
like,
me.
And she's a little bit held back. She's like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, have you seen my
Thanks.
face?
I think okay.
Maybe she
Some
just-
people are really oblivious. It comes back to the fact that different experiences, different lives, and that's why we are not going to say like you have to do this, and then try to force our perspective on others. However, yes, I think some of them are quite oblivious because they have always been in the bubble of like prettiness,
Yeah, yeah.
and I do dare say it's actually hard to maintain that as well when all you have is compliments. It's literally kind of wraps your head around, and then every time you say something, you are going to be either right or actually accurate. I mean, it's actually fucking
More
hard,
accurate.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's actually an interesting topic to tell your friends. I think so. I know. At the end of the day, I think that pretty privilege is something that it exists. We're not going to say like, oh, it's just because like people just notice me. I mean, sure, but like they notice you because of your looks, and it's fine because in a way our society has been shaped by looks
Yeah.
of things. So human is not an exception as well. However, we have to kind of realize and talk about it in order for a lot of people who well, like you or like me or like Vink have been kind of, sidelined just because we look this way. Give them a chance,
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to like give all the blames to the pretty girls who have this privilege as well. It's just literally about like how we are being manipulated by society, and that's why we kind of have to cope with that shit, It just kind of admit that you sometimes you have it,
Yeah.
or just take notice of like of things that maybe you have it, and I don't know, don't use it as an excuse to give experiences of yourself onto the people that may not look pretty as you and say, oh, you're gonna be all right. Just have confidence and shit.
Agree.
And that's
True,
why when you
true,
bring up
true.
vloggers, I'm like, I have agreed, because sometimes they do actually want good things to spread out to people, but because they're so oblivious, they think that all of the
They
experience
kind of-
that they have is like a thing
Yeah, they're
for.
projecting themselves onto others.
You
so
get what I
they
mean?
think it's
So I
easy.
have agreed with what you said, but sometimes I do know that they are actually good meanings behind that. But yes, sometimes it's really out of touch when you just say to some girls like, "Oh, you can be just pretty," because you can be by yourself and shit. Like, bitch,
Bull crap, man.
yeah, you ain't yourself, man. Get out of here. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I do think being pretty is a strength, and
Hell yeah.
yeah, you should flaunt it if you have it. Just don't put it to bad use. Like, don't use it to intentionally get away with
Yeah.
bad things that you do.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't have a problem with it. I don't feel jealous towards my friends.
You do.
Expose.
Come on.
Admit it.
For the girls that thinks that they have never experienced pretty privilege, I'm just gonna say this, like, I'm that guy who don't care about looks. So I think if you are really fucking special in any other requirements in life, I think that is actually great. I mean, I love singing, but I have never really know how to play the guitar. So if you can play the guitar, I'm like, I'm really fucking impressed. I'm like, whoa, shit,
Yeah,
this is
Marc
so
is
technical
impressed
shit.
by some really mundane things, which
Yeah.
is pretty
Like
cute.
small thing.
Yeah, if you like sing a note kind of right, I'm like, oh, how did you do it? Like, you gotta explain that.
Love
shit
at
to
first
me.
sight here.
Yeah, you get what I mean. So that's why I have always, not like I have a quote or anything, but like I have always said you can be both special and beautiful at the same time, And I like being special. One thing about me is that I like me having confidence and being singled out because I have this kind of not features but rather abilities to do things. I love drawings, and some people are really admire that or anything. But you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I love that people can be versatile rather than just like features
Yeah.
that dictate
Yeah.
what you can do and what you cannot.
Yeah, that's very true. I kind of give less fucks about looks nowadays. And
If you have style, it's like another fucking thing, bro.
yeah, that's also an attractive trait. But
Yeah.
I think I have never given that much thought into look in terms of attractiveness.
Yeah.
Because if that person is funny or like is really passionate about something, then they're automatically attractive to me.
Yeah.
I don't give that much time
Yeah.
about looks.
And then
At the end of the day, yeah, it's just me being insecure and
And the-
Bing
and
and Ming sometimes.
And again, like, there are a lot of barriers for women. I have to admit that because like sometimes guys get just and a lot because sometimes guys get really easy
They just do
in
spreads.
life. You just kind of be humorous, and some girls probably would dig it. But for girls, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
Yeah.
So I know it's tough,
A lot of effort.
and we're not like saviors of like, oh, pretty privilege is going to be cured. No, it's going to persist. But just
Fuck it.
fuck it in a way. For girls who don't have it, I think it's fine. Be special. Some people would find it special. Maybe me. Honest.
Oof.
You know how to sew, like, okay, so Ling knows how to kind of sew clothes. I find that
that's
quite
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
didn't notice.
that makes me like, wow, damn. I have never sewn in my life. But like, it's cool, you know, when you have this kind of different characteristic. And that's why I judge people based on actions and characteristics more so than looks. Because sometimes looks can be deceiving.
Ooh,
Never judge a book by its color, baby.
that's the biggest takeaway from today's podcast.
Bam. Okay, bye bye.